Hello and welcome to Gamers Are From Saturn, and today's review will be the Sega Saturn version of Blazing Dragons, so let's get into it. Blazing Dragons is a point-and-click adventure game developed by the Illusionary Game Company and published by Crystal Dynamics. It was based on the television series by the same name and was released on the PlayStation and the Sega Saturn in late 1996. The writing and humour in the game is heavily influenced by Monty Python, with Terry Jones serving as one of the game's main voice actors. He was also one of the creators of the original TV series alongside Gavin Scott. The story is a parody of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, the twist being that the court of Camelot is a kingdom of dragons that have to defend their way of life from the nasty and maniacal humans who are plotting against them. You take on the role of the protagonist Flicker, who is madly in love with the Princess Flame. Flame is being forced by her father, King Allfire, to marry the winner of the upcoming tournament. The issue is, however, that you have to be a knight to compete, so Flicker goes on a quest throughout the land to gain a knighthood by the following morning to rescue the princess from her fate. Don't worry, however, this princess does wish to be rescued, and Flicker, in her eyes, is the dragon to do it. The graphics take on two forms. The in-game graphics, which are 2D, are handled rather well by the Saturn, and the clip scene graphics, for which this generation of console was well known. The animation itself is that of 90s UK-based cartoons, reminiscent of Poddington P's The Transylvanian Pet Shop and other such titles, and as such it has a real nostalgic quality. The gameplay is like most point-and-click adventures. Although the game isn't a walk in the park, it's also no Discworld, for me the yardstick of all point-and-click adventures. You have four options to interact with the world around you: walk, observe, talk and grab. It can be fun just trying all the options on objects or characters, as you get different dialogue when you do, but for the most part specific options are needed to progress. I've found that with the grab option you can make Flicker walk through the game as well, but mainly it's used to collect items that are integral to the storyline. You can find yourself getting stuck at times and unable to move, but if you click to the nearest screen exit you usually quickly become unstuck. You can speak to most of the characters in the game, and for the most part it's beneficial to do so. However, even if there's no benefit to the storyline, it's still fun to speak with even the background NPCs, as they usually have something witty and punny to say, and this is the point of the whole game, just to have a laugh and figure out the puzzles. The observe option usually leads to Flicker giving his opinion on whatever you use it with, and it can be some of the funniest dialogue in the game. At points you can be left not knowing which way to go and revisit the same scenes over and over to figure it out. This can be a bit frustrating, but you can usually pick up the trail of breadcrumbs to put yourself back on the right path. The controls are simple and easy to use, but there are a few puzzles in the game. The dancing competition and the thumb wrestling spring to mind, where you have to get a bit creative either to get the job done or to figure it out. But overall, point and click is your instruction manual in this game. The Sega Saturn handles the game really well. Loading times are really short and the artwork and the game sprites are crisp and uninterrupted throughout the game. There are no major glitches and the gameplay is smooth. So, what did I think overall? The game has an enjoyable storyline, and the comedy, although dated, has a timeless quality that can translate to the modern day. The graphics and gameplay are good, and the game itself is playable. I would rate this a 6 out of 10, and it's definitely worth the 2 to 3 hours it would take to complete the game. Subscribe if you like the content, hit that like button, and leave a comment below. And remember, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, but gamers are from Saturn.